Case file, The Dustwalkers. Entry 2. Observer 159-896-6920. Location, The Scorch, Outpost 4. Subject, Target Alpha, Helen. Day 1, high noon. The sun out here doesn't just shine, it hates you. It beats down on the spine like a slaver's whip, turning the sand into a kiln and the air into a suffocating blanket of dust. I sat in the shade of a rotting awning, nursing a flask of tepid water that tasted like rust, watching them. They stood out. Amateurs usually do. They didn't have the weathered look of the locals, that beaten dog hunch that comes from surviving the scorch. They were fresh meat, huddled in the Outpost market, counting coin for supplies. Scraps of dried meat, water skins that looked too small for the trek they were planning. They were buying hope, but the desert only sells graves. They started moving toward the gate. I gave them a 50 count, then followed. Just past the perimeter, where the safety of the outpost bleeds into the open dunes, they crossed paths with a poor bastard stumbling back the way they came. Cracked lips, eyes wide with the 1,000-yard stare of a man who's seen his life flash before him. He was missing his pack. I leaned against a jagged rock, straining to hear over the wind. He'd been hit, robbed, turning back with his tail between his legs. Smart man. Then the girl spoke up. Helen, the one with the strange air about her. She didn't just offer sympathy, she made a promise. We'll find your stuff, we'll get it back. I spat into the sand. Promises out here are heavy. They weigh you down when you need to run. But she said it with a straight face, a true believer, or a liar practicing her craft. I marked it in the log. Target has a hero complex, likely fatal. Day 1, mid-afternoon. Walking the road is for suckers. They found a cart driver dumb enough to take passengers. An old rickety thing, wood bleached white as bone, pulled by a beast that looked ready to collapse. I kept my distance, tracking the dust cloud they kicked up. The desert is big, but it's not empty. It waits. I saw the trap before they did, but I wasn't paid to interfere. The road ahead looked wrong. The sand rippled like water, a sinkhole, not natural, engineered. The cart hit the trigger. The ground groaned, a deep tectonic belch, and the earth gave way. The cart lurched, wood splintering, sliding toward the maw. Then the ambush sprung. It wasn't bandits. It was worse. Things that live in the sand. I watched through my spyglass as the chaos unfolded. It was brutal, ugly work. There's no elegance in a sand fight. Just grit in your eyes, struggling for footing while something tries to open your throat. The party was scrambling. They were trying to fight off the attackers while the ground swallowed them whole. There was some kind of mechanism down there, a puzzle of gears and stone grinding against the shifting sands. They were trying to solve a riddle while bleeding out. Then, the girl, Helen, did something that made me almost drop the glass. She didn't climb. She didn't jump. She rose. She took to the air, defying the gravity of the pit. Wings, or magic, or sheer will. I couldn't tell from the distance, but she hovered above the slaughter like an avenging angel. From my vantage point, she was a silhouette against the blinding sun, raining down hell on the ambushers. Note to self, target is aerial. Adjust engagement protocols. Day 1, sunset. The dust settled. The screams stopped. The silence of the desert rushed back in, heavy and oppressive. They survived. I'll give them that. They're harder to kill than they look. I crept closer as the sun began to dip, painting the dunes in blood reds and bruising purples. The cart driver was shaking, looking at his wrecked transport. He didn't have gold. He didn't have jewels. He reached into his tunic and pulled out a coin. Even from 50 yards away, I saw the glint. It wasn't standard currency. It didn't shine like gold. It shimmered with a strange, internal light. He pressed it into Helen's palm. A reward or a curse? In my experience, objects like that bring nothing but trouble. They left the wreckage and pushed on. The ruins loomed ahead, jagged teeth of stone jutting out of the horizon. Ancient, dead, and likely filled with things that are hungry. They set up camp in the shadow of a crumbled wall. I found a ridge overlooking their position, wrapped my cloak tight against the plummeting temperature. They're resting now, bandaging wounds, cleaning blood off their blades. They think the fight is over. I uncorked my flask and took a swig. They made it to the ruins, but they've got a long night ahead. I'll be watching.